Wait, not
Family. Oh,
you're live.
peace, love, and light, family. Welcome to Circle of Sistars. I'm LaShawn, your host.
I'm Deuce the Wave, your co-host, one of them.
I am Nyla, one of your co-hosts.
And I am Plum Queen, your other co-host.
So, on today's show, we have decided to share our own personal favorite movies, books, TV shows, and individual people we follow from which we educate ourselves. So, to start off, I would like to introduce a few of my favorite books. So, this book here is the Anunnaki 20. Let me see, let me turn this around. Awful, awful. Here we go. 2022 Anunnaki Code. So this book I consider to be a first read of two books. So this is an introduction to the Anunnaki and who they are. So it's basically a question and answer type book. So let's see. And the author is, let's see if you can see, Maximilian de Lafayette. This is a great book. This is a great book. That's one. The second one is, I consider this a second read. So now this book, I actually like this book the most. So I consider this again a second read to the 2022 Anunnaki Code. If you can see. So this book, it goes deeper into the return of the Anunnaki and the warning of humanity of what's to come. So again, this gentleman here, Maximilian, he has a lot of books, and these two are my favorite. I would suggest you read it because it has testimonies, and again, it's also a question and answer type book. Awesome.
Now I have a question. Can you elaborate a little bit on?
No, buy the book and read it.
Okay,
I give
you
it
ain't
up
gonna
and
you ain't
away.
gonna you ain't gonna give them a little bit of what it is. Not
I did.
even a
I
little
just gave it.
bit.
I gave it to them. You got to get the book. I'm telling you,
I
it's.
can take it.
I could. So now this book, amazing book. This book is Egypt on the Potomac. This book is by, sorry, I am not great with so this book is by Anthony T. Browder. So the hidden history of Egypt, of Washington D.C. and its relationship to ancient Egypt. So the book is by Anthony Browder, and what he does is he decodes Egyptian architecture and symbolism in Washington, D.C. So this is a great book. And you can get this from his website. Can you see that? Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
That's awesome because I've
Yes.
actually seen him talk about that on some of his interviews. I didn't even know he had the book, but he referenced there.
Oh, he has a few books. His daughter as well. She wrote a book. I don't know if she's like on her second or third book, but amazing.
Yeah, he said she goes to Egypt with him a lot.
Yeah. So now this book, this is one of my favorites. This is When Rocks Cry Out. This is by Horace Butler.
Okay, you can see
So
that.
I just want to read something on the back just to get you familiar. So now in 2003, the United States Library of Congress purchased a map for $10 million.
Mm.
Yes, that's what I said. So the accuracy of the map, especially South America, is stunned researchers. The map's makers said they drew the map using works left by ancient Egypt. In 2004, remains of ships that ancient Egypt used to cross the seas were found buried beneath the sand in caves. In 2008, an ancient city that dates to the time of the pharaohs was uncovered in South America. Now, ancient stones in Egypt reveal that Egypt was founded in the Americas, and pharaohs gave the American continents their name. So, in the blink of an eye, the world just changed. You will be stunned by the depths of the secrets that have been hidden from you. This book is amazing. You got to get it. Yeah. Hmm.
Like other things we
Don't.
can hear.
Yeah, that's intriguing.
Oh,
Yeah.
very, very. And when you get the book, we'll talk about it.
I
Okay.
heard that.
Yeah, we're all gonna have to get that one.
I
Yeah,
was about to
well,
say,
definitely.
absolutely.
Group book.
Yes.
Right.
All right. So, who's next?
Okay. Well, Sean's showing off her books. I don't have any books to show off, so I'm gonna go ahead and show off my Audible catalog and go to my first book. Here we got the Tao Te Ching. Hold on, coming. Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu, or also known as Lao Zi, if I'm pronouncing it properly. But it's a very short read, and that's where I get a lot of my philosophy from. As far as the way I decide to live my life and the way I decide to move and govern my own reality. Um, Truly, I don't know how to really explain the book, but I would love to say go check it out yourself so you can get your own mindset and concept on life. But moving forward, um, I'm gonna have to say the second book I've been studying for like the past couple months to last year actually have been the Emerald Tablets, the Book of
Mm,
Talk. I've
gotcha.
been yeah, I've been diving a little bit deep on that end of things, just really just trying to connect the dots, and it's led me down my own path of light and finding the light within myself, and evolving ultimately. So I can't really explain the book, but I can explain what it's done for me, per se. But I highly suggest anyone look into the Emerald Tablets, the Book of Thoth, Thoth. And I might just say another good read would have to be the human body, the human being itself.
That's a
I'm my
fact.
greatest book. I'm my greatest book, and I read me every day. I go outside, ground myself, and meditate, and take a chapter or two and embrace it fully.
That part.
Ashe,
I
Ashe.
say to
Right.
that. I like that.
Yeah,
That's a
Mhm.
whole fact.
I have the Emerald tablets as well. I just haven't had the chance to tap in, but like I said, I'll be tapping in the summertime when I have time.
I
But
got the PDF.
See, I didn't read through it, scanned through it, and listened to it at least 3 times
okay,
all the way through.
yeah,
I pick up something new every time.
yeah, okay,
Beautiful.
good. Yeah,
That's
but I
good.
purchased the book, so I'll get a chance to read it as well. I didn't do the Audible, so you know.
Meditate to it. That's why I do the audible.
Hmm?
I said I meditate to the audible unless I'm actually reading it.
What
Oh,
the reason being that I purchase books is pretty much to leave it for my daughter.
I like that.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I'm buying the books. Otherwise, yes, I would do the Audible, or I would actually I'm a part of the Kindle membership. So but these type of books I need to leave for her.
Mm.
I need to leave
Right.
this information out and knowledge for her. So yeah.
I got a movie for you when we get to it now. I
Got
got a
plenty of
movie.
them. Got plenty of them.
Well,
Oh,
if I haven't
okay.
seen it already, all right.
Nyla,
Okay.
you're next.
I've got a few different ones I'm going to share. I'm going to start with this one, The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. This was a book I stumbled upon when I was very young, and I read it but didn't really understand it at the time. And I kept it. It was one of the ones in my collections. And now that I'm further
When I
on my
was
journey,
very young, and
okay, hold on.
You okay over there?
Yeah, can you hear? I don't know why I was getting feedback. It wasn't happening before this. But anyway, it's something I'm going to read again because now that, I'm further on down on my journey and understand more and understand the reason why he wrote this book back in the early 1930s. Then
We didn't see the cover.
oh, well, it doesn't, there's no name on it. It's
Oh,
on
okay.
the side. Can you see this?
Oh, okay.
yes, the
Yeah.
miseducation of the Negro would say
Okay.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then fast forward, I have the Supreme Science Volume 1 by Dwayne Hendricks. Does the Matrix really exist? And it explains about the matrix, that we live in, the system that that we're in, and how they operate, and a lot of the things that they do that just the average person doesn't know about, doesn't look for. And then he came out with a second one called Red Pill Alchemy: Can We Beat the Matrix? So I haven't read this one rather yet, but I'm halfway through the first one. And that they kind of line up with the miseducation of the Negro for me, because it's like a fast forward.
All right. Well, we'll talk about that because I have the first book as well. The book with Dwayne Hendricks.
I
That
have
first one. I have the first
the
one.
Supreme
So
Science.
yeah, I didn't get around to reading it yet. So you fill me in a little bit, and then when I read it, let's have our little conversation. I'm ready already.
It's a really good book. It's a little complicated for me the way he wrote it, but he explained to a few of us one time. And it's like he says, it's something that you read from cover to cover. Don't question anything. Don't go back marking it up, because he feels that this book will be helpful on your journey. These series, because he's got a third one coming out, and they will be helpful on your journey. And then you can, when things kind of like resonate and make sense, you can go back and look over it.
Right.
And
All right.
that's
So,
how he explained
all
it.
right. So listen, you and I, we need to talk to him about that print. Too small. I'm getting old.
Very small. Oh, a bunch of us have complained.
I'm getting old. I wear glasses. Can't
Girl,
see.
Yes,
you're not
I
by
say.
yourself. You see, I have them on also.
Yeah,
And this one is Dying to Be Me by Anita Morjani. And this one I have not read yet, but it resonates with me because it's her story about how she went through her journey from cancer to near death to true healing. I am a cancer survivor, but that was not my near death experience. My near death experience was in a car accident where I was unconscious for 3 days.
oh wow.
And with this book, she says that she definitely came to an awareness that what she learned about her illness, her healing, her fear, her being love, and the true magnificence of each and every human being. So it's a good, not just a good story, but a good book for someone that's been through some kind of trauma or life-threatening illness, and just healing in general.
Understood. Well, I definitely would like to read that one.
Yes. And then I've just got a couple of things by Dr. York, Malachi
Hey,
York.
all right, Bravo.
Yes, this one is Egyptian Secret on Concentration. And the reason I picked this one out is because I suffered term memory issues when I had my car accident, and I have a hard time at times, concentrating and focusing. And so this one has helped me. It's like a pamphlet, but it's given me some good um how should I put it? Well, not just advice, but um to put practice also, to things to put in practice.
Gotcha.
And then I have this one by him also, The Eyes Tunnel Vision to the Soul. And I haven't
I
read
have
this
that
one,
one.
but I can't wait. And I think I'm going to wait because there's another one he has that I probably should have gotten first. And once I open this one, that's why I said I would wait. And the one I'm going to get is called The Holographic Brain. And this is like the second to that. And this one basically tells you about your eyes, the origin for vision, and how the eyes act as a mechanism to open up channels into and out of the brain for the input and recall of sensory information. And so this is something that these two will help me also, I believe.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
amazing. He has some great
Yes,
information
yes.
out as well.
And
Yeah,
I do also have his Anunnaki, the Nibiru and the Anunnaki Fact or Fictions. And I haven't read this one yet. And I do have the same one LaShawn had because she had mentioned it and suggested it, the revised index and complete book of the Anunnaki. Ulema, Final Warning to Humanity, the End of Time, and the Return of the Anunnaki in 2022. And I'm also very excited to start on these two. I'd like to compare the differences and what one says and the other one says, and see if there's similarities.
Well, we're gonna
And
be full. We're gonna be full this summer with all this
right,
good
we're
reading.
gonna have a
Yes.
reading club going on.
Yes, I can't wait. I am so excited.
Right.
All this good education.
Yes.
All
For
right.
my books.
Sometime in book time.
All right. So I guess it's my turn, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me. Yeah, I'm the hostess with the mostest. So, wow, here we go. It's a lot of information. All right. So I have 3 books that I'm going to show at the same time because they go with each other simultaneously. I have been learning about the banking system lately and learning about international, you know what I'm saying, I guess commerce and things. So understanding the laws, it's what's really important. So this book is called the UCC Connection: How to Free Yourself from Legal Tyranny.
Awesome.
Another one that says Common Law Handbook for Jurors, Sheriffs, Bailiffs, and Justices.
Very interesting.
And Meet Your Straw Man and Whatever You Want to Know. Anybody that knows who your straw man is, that's something that you absolutely need to figure out.
That's right.
Yes.
So these are very small reads. I think how many pages is in this? This is 80 pages.
Yeah.
All of these books is no more than 80 pages, and I spent $5 for them on Amazon.
Yes. So did I.
$5.
Wow.
If you absolutely need to read and get these books so you can know who you are and how to maneuver through the justice system and through this government. Absolutely need to get these books.
Okay.
All right. I've met a lot of different scholars and what I call Black activists, and I like to support them. So I have gotten Riza Islam's A Message to the Millennials. This is pretty much a guide to the millennials, to letting y'all know what's going on, what y'all need to understand, and how to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? In the times and the days that we are living in. And Riza is very in tune with the youth. So this is not going to be some dry book, that you're going to be bored with. You know what I'm saying? Definitely get these for your children. They absolutely need to read this because, again, it says it's for the millennials.
All right.
Wow.
Because they are our future.
Yes.
Also, for parents, for Black parents out there, y'all should absolutely, now this is a thick one, but this is Dr. Umar, well, his new name is Dr. Umar Efatunde, but Dr. Umar Johnson, this is his book called Black Parent Advocate. If you are a Black parent, you need this book. It tells you about how this government and how the society uses our children, you know what I'm saying, in our school systems and how it's worked against us. And this is things that you need to know so you can protect yourself and protect your children. Because these schools, they're all about themselves. These schools are a business. They don't care about your babies. So you need to make sure that they're not, making it seem like your child has ADD. They put all these different types of, stipulations and labels on our children. And you know what I'm saying? And then as parents, we don't know any better, and they don't not understanding that this is how they get money and funding for their schools because of these special programs.
Exactly.
You are so right. I went through that with one of my children, and I fought it nail into yes.
Yeah. So yeah, we gotta go and get this for yourself, all right, parents. Okay.
I recently just went through a situation like that, and I had to pull my daughter out of Success Academy. Just to name, I had to pull her out and
put them out there. Put them on blast, sis.
Put them out there. Put them on blast. I had to pull her out, and same thing, but
yeah, we gotta do we gotta do what we need to do for our babies. We just need to be educated, and we'll figure it out.
Exactly.
Now, my last book is by Yurima Karama. He is another Black activist that I have been blessed to meet. And I've actually interviewed him before. You can go on my YouTube and watch it. But this is his book, Please. This is not just an acronym, but 5 strategies to success for melanated people. So I'm going to read the back of this book, and that's going to be, my ending. It says, imagine a world where Black people thrive together, communities where no longer individual had to do it alone, where the community actually helped one another, a world where our dollars stayed in our communities longer than 6 hours, and Black businesses are actually supported by Black consumers in the same way that Black consumers support Nike, Gucci, Macy's, Walmart, and so on. Imagine Black political representatives that have a loyalty and allegiance to the Black community and strictly fight for our issues first and foremost. Imagine our Black children being educated in a system that teaches them how to use money, how to obtain wealth, and in the importance of thinking about the transfer of wealth to their children's children's children, 50 to 100 years after themselves are gone. Now imagine a strategy put in place to address these major issues that continue plaguing the Black community around the world. Please, by Yurima Karama, author, artist, founder, and creator of the Unity Walk nonprofit, addresses all of these issues and provides the strategies for success for Black communities around the world. This acronym addresses the areas that are major obstacles for Black communities around the globe, and it provides solutions. You will come to find that success really isn't as hard as we may think, as long as we collectively work together. Another very short read. You should 1,000% get it. So all right, those are my books.
Yes, so we'll talk over the summer because I do have 2 books. I have the Rizza Islam book, and I do have the Straw Man book. So you said you haven't read it yet, right?
I haven't. I've read Please. I need to read it again.
Okay.
And I've read the UCC Connection one. I haven't read the Straw Man one yet.
All right. So how about let's read that together?
Oh yeah, and it's gonna take 2 seconds. I'm about to have these done by next week. I'm gonna have them done by next week because I'll be laddy-gagging.
Okay, well, I'll be reading mine over the summer, even though it's a 2-minute book.
I got you.
I have like other books, and then again, I'm with my daughter in school, and actually, I need to finish up. I have a book that I need to finish up, and I need to finish this book. It's just amazing.
But, by time you get to reading it, I'm gonna actually overstand it.
Okay.
And then we can talk. See how that works?
All right.
Because these books, they're actual documents that are in the Constitution, or and then they kind of break it down in dummy terms for you. And that's honestly how I learn. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm a all of that legalese and all that extra stuff,
Yes.
yeah, I can dig it. I need to learn it, but if you can't break it down and tell it to somebody else, I feel like you don't understand it. So I need that broke like all the way down.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, like I'm a visual learner. I need to see.
Me too.
I
Me
need
Me
too.
too.
Me
I'm
too.
visual.
Me
A
too.
visual. Hmm.
Can I add something to the books she just mentioned? They're in my collection because I'm starting all over. But it's funny you said that, Tamara, because I stumbled upon this one called Islamic. This was some a while back. Islamic Finance for Dummies, and
For dummies. Uh-huh. See, that's what I need. Them dummies, them dummy
and
books. Them be the ones.
right. It
Oh,
basically talks about, compare and contrast this financial sector to the Western model, seeing how concepts of social justice apply to Islamic financial products and grasping Islamic fund management and insurance. And it's by Falil Jamal Ladin. I just thought it was interesting because I need to learn more about finances and things, even at my age. I haven't read it yet. And then there's another one I picked up, I stumbled across, and it's about the school system, but it's more about the college, and it's The Price of Silence. And it talks about scandals, powers, and things of and corruption of the elite in our great universities. And what made me pick this book up because my middle child, my oldest daughter, was going to college, and I saw a difference in her and how they just put these ideas in their minds that and it's like she changed. So when I saw this book, I just wanted to read it just to get an idea of it. Was it me just overthinking as a mom, or is this really true?
All right. Well, I'm glad that you're seeking that. There's a lot of parents who really don't, they just, you do as I say, as I do. I'm the parent, and it's very good that you are out there seeking to try to figure stuff out, and things of that nature. I got some personal stuff going on that I'm proud of you, sis. I'm going to just say that. We
Thank
don't
you.
put it like
I
that.
try.
So now we're going to movies and TV shows, right?
yes. Let's head to movies. So,
All right, you're up, Sean.
yes. So, I'm gonna have to get my notes on this one. So, I have a couple of movies that I would like to suggest. One is called Level 16. Has anyone ever heard of that movie?
Mm-mm.
No, have not heard of Level 16.
All right. Well, this movie it's about an all girls teenage academy who are being trained to be clean. So
Hmm.
they have to practice being extremely clean.
Like cleanliness.
Oh yes, yes.
Okay.
Hmm. And so and they've never been outside. They
Oh
don't know.
wow.
Yeah, they don't know what outdoors even look like, smell like, and so you want to know what they are being trained for? I guess.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess you have to watch the movie to find out.
Oh.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
spoil it
don't
now. Don't spoil it. Don't tell us all the
Okay.
business now.
I mean, not unless you want to know, because it's an issue. It's something that I know it's real. I know it's real.
Well, then do elaborate. What, like, you talk
Yeah,
about
just a
cleanliness?
little.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, what you mean?
um,
Right.
so they have to practice cleanliness. They've never seen any type of. Haven't seen outdoors, outside or anything, and the reason why is because they have, let's say, wealthy women, because it's an all girls. I just mentioned it's an all girls academy, and wealthy women who are who have aged. They're old, and they pretty much at some point take these young girls and cut their faces and use their skin and attach it to them so that they can look young.
Oh,
So you
wow.
mean a fake metaphorical adrenochrome?
Yeah,
That's what that sound like to me just
Right.
now.
but
Like instead of
I can't. You are
taking their essence and whatnot, you just literally put their skin on your
Right.
face. Like word, that's what y'all doing out here in these
Oh, of
streets.
course, yes,
Word.
yes, that's what they're doing. But yeah, well, you know that when you see a movie, it's something like that, it's already real.
Yeah,
You
there's
know it's already,
yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
they put this stuff in our faces.
right. And
Right?
even if it's a snippet of truth, it's the truth is there.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So another movie that I like is called What Happened to Monday. Yeah, I'm not sure if any of you ever heard of that. Okay, so it's
Yep.
the movie where families are allowed to have only one child due to overpopulation.
Mm.
Oh, how the Asians
Sounds
used to
like
do
the
it.
Chinese.
I just about to say it's like that's how the Asians do it. You got
Didn't
Right.
the
Especially
I
China.
tell you the truth? Didn't I just tell you some truth in it? So, and every pretty much
Hmm.
what we watch. So, a woman, this one particular woman actually she had identical septuplets, and
Wow.
yes, and each of them were named a day of the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Wow.
But no, listen, because
I think
the
I've seen this movie.
yes,
Keep talking. I think I've seen this movie.
because they sent each girl out for that day of the week. So
Uh-huh.
Tuesday went out on
So
Tuesday,
they
Right.
Wednesday
wouldn't
went
I
out
know
on
did
you
see this
Wednesday,
had that
movie.
and
many.
Right.
they had to come in and prep Monday, had to come in and prep Tuesday for Monday as well, so that she can know, well, the rest of
Right.
actually, so that they can know what
Right.
happened Monday. Da, 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 da.
Right.
So now,
Wow.
what happened is Monday, because that's the title. What happened to Monday? She
Hmm.
went out Monday and never came back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so now they had to, and on top of that, they had to avoid being executed by the government. So now that Monday didn't come back, they have to investigate. And
I remember this movie. Yeah, I definitely seen it. Y'all should definitely watch it. It's very interesting.
it's very interesting. Yes,
It's
you,
very interesting. It definitely shows you how everybody's an individual. It doesn't matter if y'all all
Hmm.
came out the twat at the same time. Y'all are all individuals.
yes,
That's true.
yes. But and another movie that I think is very amazing, Fallen,
Of
uh,
course.
with
Hmm.
Denzel Washington.
Of course.
If you haven't seen that movie, it's one to watch.
Yes.
Definitely a deep movie about,
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
they executed a serial killer, and basically his all he did was just transfer his energy from body to body to stay
That's
alive.
right. I
Protect,
remember that.
That
protect
was
your energy.
Hmm.
Don't
yes.
be letting everybody touch
That's it.
you.
That was right. I was gonna say
Exactly.
that's the one where they passed by people and touched
Yeah.
them or bumped them. Yeah, I remember that one.
You shaking somebody's hand. Yes. So
Hmm.
All of that.
yes, yes.
Yes.
I was scared of that song for a very long time.
Really.
Time
And
is
be
That's
on my
right.
yes,
That's
side.
the
yes.
That
song.
that song
Yes.
scared the hell out of me for
Yes.
so long because it was just like
Wow.
Wow.
that
Yeah.
one. Another song also, Interview. No, Sympathy for the Devil is a song played on Interview with the Vampire. I don't know if you ever seen that movie.
Yes, I have.
So the
Mhm.
very ending of that's the song that they were playing. Please meet you. I hope you guess my name.
Yes.
Yeah, that song used to scare me because I low key liked it, but the
Mhm.
song is called Sympathy for the Devil. So
Right.
I felt
Oh,
like
okay.
as a kid, I felt like I was conjuring the devil, or you know what I'm
Right.
saying, whatever, because that was the song. But it was just a dope song from like the 60s or something like that.
Right.
And you know, it's funny you mentioned that movie Fallen, LaShawn, because I when I had my first child, my son, I was 20. And even then, I I don't even think I was doing it aware or consciously. But you know how when people say, "Oh, your baby's so cute," and want to go touch him, I used to be
Right.
like, "No, please, like, don't touch my child. No, you can't hold him. You know,
No, you
none of
can't
that."
hold him.
Because I felt that the energy would be transferred, and I didn't even know a lot about that at that time.
That's true. It just definitely happens.
Because you
Right.
know, you don't know
Energy.
what kind of energy they carry.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was the same way with my daughter. I wouldn't let people pick her up to my just, especially after knowing what I know and watching
Right,
certain TV shows and movies and knowing that, there's truth in it. There's truth behind
right.
it.
That's
And
a
for
fact.
me, it was different. Like I said, I was 20, so I didn't really know a lot about that or watching things that I could remember, but it was just something within me that just was like, wasn't having it.
I
Well,
know that's right.
right, but you know what they say, the reason why we have to read, the reason why we have to study and so forth, because it stays within our auric field. And
Hmm.
when we die, well, you know,
Right.
not per se die, but
But
all of that stays with us.
okay. So
And
it's
I
something from
believe
a
that's
past
why,
life,
right,
maybe.
because and that's why I believe that, again, it's just forgotten. That's all it is.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know it, it's there, and it's just forgotten.
That
Okay.
makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything you hear, everything that you see, your brain accumulates it. You know what I'm saying? You don't forget it.
Right. It
That's
stays
why
within the auric field.
they
Hmm.
say like deja vu is evidence that you've been here before, you've done this
Right.
before. Because how can you ever remember something that you haven't experienced?
Right.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
everything your brain calculates and
Exactly.
sees, hears, whatever, everything you absorb, it sticks in your brain. So you can't unhear what you hear, you can't unsee what you saw.
Right.
So
So
I have a question then, ladies. Even though we are in a different body, we've moved on. So is that the soul part of us or the spirit part that obtains that? Or maybe Deuce, whoever wants to answer.
I'm still trying to figure out the whole difference between the spirit and the soul thing. You
Me
know,
too.
I don't see the difference. I understand that this physical body isn't us, our soul is. But to
Hmm.
say that there's a difference, I know in Kemet, you have the Ka and you have the Ba. One is the individual soul, the other one is the collective, you know what I'm saying? Soul kind of thing. So I don't fully understand it yet.
Well, Deuce, you want to break it down?
Oh man, love it. So, from my understanding, I'm gonna say that the spirit. I simply say spirit because I was always taught that we're human beings with the soul. In Christianity and typically religion, we're taught that we're human beings with the soul.
Right.
And what happens when you pass away, when you die, is that you're condemned to either heaven or hell, right? So
Right.
with this mentality evolving into the consciousness that I'm in now, I hold more dear to spirit than rather soul. But mentally, when you get down to the nitty gritty, the science of it, they're pretty much the same, one and the same. It's just the way we interpret it, the way we view it and see it, the way we label
Okay.
it. But yeah, I say don't feed too much into the details and really just do what resonates with you because a lot of people will say soul, a lot of people say spirit, but at the end of the day, no one is truly right or wrong.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Thank you.
Mhm.
yeah.
Makes sense.
I know Dr. York kind of broke it down, and I don't really remember, but he kind of broke it down, and I said I would go back and look at go back and reread it and go
Mhm.
through it more in detail. The difference between the soul and the spirit, and also this young gentleman that I follow, he actually broke it down too. Alkebulan, he broke it down as
Mhm.
well too. And I just haven't had the opportunity to or the time to go back and to listen to his little lectures and stuff like that. But when I go back, I'm gonna listen and
Yeah.
I'm gonna
And share so we
notes. I'm
can,
gonna take notes. Yes, take
yeah.
notes and
Or
share.
or share the lectures, the links or whatever too, because I would love to watch them. Yeah.
All
Thank you
right.
for the answers, everyone.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think as far as that, I think that's it for me. Well, actually I have more for movies, but I'll save that for the next episode. I'll save that for next time because I
All right.
really would like to do this again.
As we should.
Yeah.
As we should, because
Yes.
there's so many movies, so
Fun.
many books. Yes,
And
Yes.
this
plenty
is
of knowledge
fun.
Yeah.
out
This
there.
is fun. All right.
It is fun and
Oh
learning at
wow.
the same time. Yes.
Okay.
I just got a mean download about spirit and soul. So soul,
Hmm.
we
Go
typically
on
see
and
the
tell it.
essence within, and the spirit. When you go back to the Kemetic, you go back to the Ka and the Ba being the being that we know to inhabit on Earth, but the Ka being the spirit self that is in alignment. Once you do align in the stars, I guess you could say, to keep it simple. But with that being said, the soul being the essence or energy as we are here on Earth to help us connect with the spirit self in the stars. But that is just based upon what I do see and perceive myself. I can't say that's right or wrong. That just hit me.
Familiar. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it just
I
hit
think
me.
that's it, Deuce. I think that was it.
Okay, so if I'm going to interpret that and dummy term that down real quick for those in the back, what it sounds like it says that we are a soul, and that soul is what connects to spirit.
Mm,
Is what I just heard you say. So
that sounds
we're a
about right.
soul, and and that essence connects you to spirit.
To all, yeah,
Yeah,
spirit.
so
Right.
yeah,
There you
so
go.
that part. See,
Yeah.
that makes a little more sense to me
Yeah, that does.
than
Yeah.
us
And I
both having
think
a spirit and a soul at the same time, and it's separate inside your body. Yeah, that
right.
get a little complicated.
Yeah, just
That's
clarity.
what it sounds like. I think that's what I think that's what Alkebulan said and Dr. York said. Mm-hmm.
Well, that
Makes
makes
a lot of
sense.
sense.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
All
Deuce.
right, Deuce.
Back on track to the movies.
So
I want to first talk about that first one that you were talking about the books and passing that to your daughter. I want to mention a movie that reminded me of when you said it, and I wasn't even going to talk about this movie, but
Hmm.
it kind of falls along the lines of the dystopian society as we see in like 1984 or a Brave
Right.
New World with the Big Brother kind of futuristic mentality, so to speak. But going back into it, Fahrenheit 451. It's
Oh,
actually a
yeah.
book.
uh
It's actually a book.
It was a book
there was
first.
a book
Yes.
first. I
Yeah.
remember that.
I forgot the name of the author. So forgive me. I believe it's Rudy something. If not Rudy, it was something along the lines of a simple name like Rudy. Don't have me lying to you though. Back to the topic at hand, the movie. I haven't really read the book, but I remember hearing about the book in school. But I've seen the movie, and that
Ray
was
Bradbury,
yeah, Bradbury.
Fahrenheit 451,
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
novel by Ray
That's their
Bradbury.
Rudy. I just knew it had some ring to it, you know. Yeah, but Fahrenheit 451 has my boy Michael B. Jordan in it.
Mm.
Oh, I gotta watch
Yeah,
that
Okay.
then.
yeah,
Yeah.
my boy Michael B. Jordan. So it already kind of hit me because he's the actor that resonates with me on a more spiritual level, and I can hardly understand it or really put it into words. But I remember when the Creed came out, it hit me on a more spiritual note about the way I view myself physically. But moving forward back to the Fahrenheit 451. Um, So it's like a dystopian society based in the future where I'm gonna say technology is the news. You know how you will see people. You go to social media nowadays, you will see how people have the news. Like I'm not hip on society nowadays, but like, let's say an artist was to get shot or something, right? You will see it all over.
Mhm.
Or a black person gets shot, we'll see all over the news. Asian crime, we'll see it all over the news.
Right.
So per se, you in this society, the screens in your home, the screens are in the buildings, the screens are everywhere. So
Mhm.
no matter where you're at, you're seeing the news wherever you go. You can't miss it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's almost like
What that sound like to me?
yeah, cameras are in every home,
Right.
and it's called like Mophie or something. I think that's already a brand, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not finna go into details, but that being said, we're already being watched on the day to day. I don't know if a lot of people know, but if you got an iPhone,
That's a
you
fact.
being
Mhm.
you
That's a
being
whole fact.
you being thermally scanned every 3 to 5 seconds.
That's a
Yep.
fact.
I mean, we accepting terms and agreements. We don't really know
Yeah,
what we accepting,
That's
but
a
exactly.
fact. Every
Exactly.
back to the
time.
topic
Yeah,
again.
Damn
exactly.
iPhones. Damn Apple products.
Okay, that's why I've never purchased one.
But check this out.
Not an iPhone.
Yeah.
But
But check this out.
I feel like Androids are catching up too, so
Oh
everything
yeah,
is
no.
going that way.
They all the
They ain't,
same.
they ain't missing a beat or a step. But back to this topic at hand. This is where it gets interesting. So I've already kind of laid it out, but this is where it hit me like, whoa, what's going on? So firemen, as we know them to be, they put out fires.
Hmm.
Now in this movie, the firemen they set fires. Now, the reason
Great.
being, let's say you have someone who's reading books or gaining knowledge from technology that doesn't have, let's say, a phone, a camera,
Hmm.
or let's say they have some type of MP3 player or something that really just align them with our history. You know what I'm saying? Something that really resonates with us right now, I guess, so to speak, or in
Right.
the early 2000s or 1900s, something like that. They are burning everything, any item, anything that aligns with the past. That way
Mm.
you only know the future. You only know what we're talking about now.
Right.
You can learn about where you come from or this or that. It's strictly right now in the present moment. Um, and it's funny because I don't want to go in too deep into detail about it because I feel like I thrown out enough information to make you go like, I want to go see this myself.
Oh,
But
I
yeah,
do. I
yeah.
definitely want to
You
watch it.
have. I definitely want to see
yeah,
it. Yes, I heard of it, but I never did see it. Yeah.
I heard about it too, and they put it on HBO Max, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go ahead and take a look at this. And yeah, I was amazed. I was definitely amazed. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not even gonna go deeper into it like I want
Y'all
to.
gonna make me start
Well,
binge watching.
well, that puts me in the mind of something that someone showed me. That's been showing me a couple of that has showed it a couple of times where they burned history.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to go into details, but
Yeah.
someone that I know, they showed me that, and a group of us, they showed us how
Right.
that same exact thing. They burned history.
Yeah.
They burned
Mhm.
history.
They've been doing
Yep.
that for years, trying to cut
Yeah.
off our noses, repaint the walls in
Oh, they
Kemet.
did
Yeah,
right.
they've been
They
trying
did
to do
it.
that.
Mhm.
Did
Yep.
it. They
Yep.
Shit, Christianity in itself.
Yeah.
Chopping the noses off
They
the
Mhm.
just
country,
read, just taking our stories and switching them up and usurping their stuff in there.
Oh
That's how
yeah.
they do.
teaching
Exactly.
the sister instead of my story.
So
How they do.
like we all been saying, they just putting it in our faces, and
Yep.
well, not
And
we,
we call it entertainment.
entertainment. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Call it
Mhm.
entertainment.
Hmm.
Yes, how it be.
Right.
Right.
That's complete.
All right, Nyla. So, what movie you got going on?
Well,
Unless you were finished, Deuce. I ain't want to cut you
no.
off.
Are you finished, Juice?
I got tons of movies, but
Oh, go ahead.
I
Go
can go
ahead.
on all day long. You go ahead now. You go ahead, Phelan.
No, go ahead because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. I haven't had time to sit and watch movies like I used to. But I can say I did like the Marvel movies, a lot of them,
Oh,
because
Oh, of
they,
course.
I don't
even
even
though
go
they
there.
came from comic books, there once I, after being older and seeing these movies that came from comic books from younger, made so much sense that, like, back to like what LaShawn's saying, they're putting it right there in your face for you, and telling you the things that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't
That's
call any. Well, one I do that I really liked, Doctor Strange.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
great.
I loved that one.
That's a
Doctor
great
Strange.
one. And his
Yes.
name
I
is
don't
Steven.
even know Doctor Strange. That I saw him in the Avengers because he's the guy who does all the sorcery stuff and
Right.
all of that jazz. So yeah, I seen him in the Avengers movie, but yeah, I didn't watch comic books growing up. That wasn't my thing. But I like them. I like the action in the Marvel movies. So
Yeah.
now I don't like
Yeah.
them individually. I've never watched the Hulk. I've never
Okay.
watched this person and that. I only like them when they all together. I can
Yeah.
kind of
You
yeah.
gotta have the
Listen,
individual
you
stories
have
leading up
But
to it
right, you
though.
have to
Nah,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you
you
have to. You
didn't.
have to. So
You
listen, let
gotta
me tell you.
break it down from Iron Man
Have
1,
you?
2, Captain America, the Hulk, man.
Right.
Yes,
You
you
gotta
will.
break it down.
Yes, you will. But not even that. You will see how it's related. I'm
I'm
telling
telling you.
you. Okay.
I guess
And
I'll binge watch it and
Have
do
you?
that.
Okay. Have you watched? Have you seen Doctor Strange?
You
No,
need
that's what I'm saying. I've never watched
Listen.
it.
Okay.
Only individuals I've watched, of course, Black Panther. I watched that, and I watched like X-Men. I like those. I've liked those movies, and I don't know. I don't want to say I'm funny. It's just certain things I can tolerate, and certain things I can't. So I don't know. All of Iron
Listen.
Man is a bit too much. I don't know, and
it's funny
I'm
that
like,
he said Iron Man, because
yeah.
Iron Man is almost
I
strictly
did
good
like the
though.
Iron Man series too.
Okay. So
I fell in
listen,
love with those. Yeah.
Queen. Let me just tell you this. You
Okay.
so need to watch Doctor Strange and check
Okay.
out the different dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
need. Oh my
Yes.
gosh,
No reality stone.
man, you need that. You need to watch that. You. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I
Well,
can say.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going
And
to
then
binge watch it.
also, as far as with well, yeah,
I,
Thanos, and as far as
Thanos. I
yes,
saw
Ooh.
Thanos. I watched the Avengers one when Thanos comes through with the stones and all that jazz, and they tell the story and they kind of mixed them with what is it, Galactica? I think was the other sidebar movie. Them people came.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Them joints, yeah, them, yeah. So
Mhm.
I know they that go along with their
Sorry,
storyline, and they got their own movie and whatnot. Yeah, my bad, y'all, for you Avengers. Don't
I'm
get
a
mad at
fan.
me.
I'm a fan. I'm
My
sorry.
bad.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you heard me. You
My
stabbed me.
bad.
You-
You know what? One of my
Not today.
movies might still do the same thing because I have a movie that most people watch the anime of, and I just spiritually connected with the movie. But people who connected with the anime hated the
Mm-hmm.
movie, which is why they didn't finish it.
Oh,
But
okay.
I
What's
was
up?
getting what you call downloads and DNA explosions and all type of stuff. Watch The Last
And which
Airbender.
one was this?
What?
The Last Airbender,
Vendor. Yeah.
Avatar.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I
Yes.
haven't seen that one.
So I'm from what I was told, that's a long series and all of
Yeah.
that jazz.
Mhm.
I ain't watched none of that, and I'm mad years late. I found this a few
Mhm.
months ago. Like I
Oh,
said, my DNA explosion, and I just connected with the whole ancient spirals
Mm.
thing. I low key feel like I'm the avatar. I feel just
Okay.
the whole. Now I'm not literally, the avatar, but his whole purpose
the
in
master.
Right.
life is
Right.
he's supposed to be, he's supposed to be responsible to keep balance with all of the elements, earth,
Right.
water, fire, and all of that good stuff.
Mhm.
And this was his calling. And as a child, he was supposed to take on this task, but he wanted to have a regular life like everybody else. Because when his
Right.
teacher told him that he couldn't have a family, he asked why. And, he wanted to be like everybody else, find love and have a family, but he wasn't allowed to do that because he's responsible for everybody. So
Right.
having a family may compromise that because at the end of the day, as human beings, we cling to our own. So
Right.
I felt like that's maybe one of the reasons why I don't have children or I may not have children in the future because my purpose is based around my people and not just my particular family.
Right. Makes
And
sense.
then him accepting this. He ran away, tried to run away from his destiny. 100 years went by, and he could not fight his purpose, no matter how, no matter what he did. And actually, Netflix is on right now on my TV, and it just popped up. You know what I'm saying? He was mourning because his peoples died and all of this stuff, and he felt responsible for that, and it was blocking him from elevating himself and learning how to bend all of the other elements. So it's almost I see my spiritual journey in that movie.
Awesome.
Yeah, what I'm saying? So I really, really connected with it. Now, when I was telling other folks about it, because I really wish they did all the rest of the movies, because it started off with water. He had to learn water, and then he's supposed to learn all the other ones, so he can, bust ass at the end. You know what I mean? And I really wanted to get to that part, but because the people who were watching the anime, they didn't like it, because you know how they say they kind of destroy movie. They kind of take all of the good details out of books and make these movies out of it, and kind of destroy it. So that's kind of the consensus that I got from.
Well, what they have to do is condense it. You're taking a book and condensing it to fit an hour and a half movie or whatever.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, they didn't like it at all, so I was arguing with my homeboy about it. But I just love the movie. I've watched it several times. I continue to watch it, and I always get this sense. I always cry at the end. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ever seen the movie, he's he's doing the water thing, and he's doing his water bending thing, and it makes me cry because it's like he's finally got through that blockage, so he's finally elevated and moving towards what he's supposed to do. So I really like that movie. So that's a must watch.
Okay.
There's one other. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
No,
technically it was your turn, but you said you didn't have.
It's okay. It just because it came to me while you were talking about that. Okay, Get Out was one I watched a few times.
Yeah.
And then there's the series, I think, is by the same producer or writer.
There's a series for Get Out now?
Well, no, it's not a Get Out, but it's called Them. Have any of y'all seen that? At first, I thought it was kind of dark. I can't remember if it's on Netflix or Stars, but it's one of them.
I've heard of it, but
and I kind of felt it was kind of dark. But after watching it, it just a few episodes, I started getting into it, and it's kind of like a spinoff of Get Out, and the second one he did, but it's on kind of more like Us, but it's called Them.
Okay.
And it's really mind-blowing to see and think that these things actually happened at one time, because it takes you back in time.
I feel like they still doing that stuff on the low.
I would say like back maybe in the 50s, 60s, somewhere in that era. And so that was a series recently I started watching. And the other one, Lovecraft Country. I didn't think I was going to like it, but there's a lot you have to really pay attention, because it's like not so much hidden, but the way that they wrote it and the way they it's filmed, you have to really pay attention or you'll miss things, and then you'll be like, okay, well, what happened? And then I'll rewind and then pick up. But that's another one that is it's strange, but it's realistic, and that's another one that goes
strange and realistic. Well, I'm gonna have to check that out. That's interesting,
because it takes place in the South also.
Okay.
All right, moving on.
All right. I feel like The House of Cards is a good series on Netflix that everyone needs to watch. If you really want to know what's going on in the government, how they move, all the nastiness and debauchery that's going on in the White House and all that, that's all you need to watch is that. That, like I said, they tell you exactly what they're doing and exactly who they are. So I'm not even about to tell y'all. Y'all just go watch House of Cards.
Oh, wait, you have any movies? You moved on to the televisions.
Oh, my bad. My fault. I watched 2 movies actually the night before.
Okay.
And early this morning when I had woke up.
Okay.
I Am All Girls.
Okay.
This was taking place in Johannesburg, I want to say South Africa, and it's about sex trafficking.
Wow.
A little girl. It was a group of 6 girls, and one of the little girls grew up, and she got her revenge. We're just gonna put it out there like that.
Oh,
So yeah, and it's very very hard to it's a what is called a tearjerker. It's definitely gonna make you angry, make you feel some type of ways and all that. But this stuff
okay.
is real. This stuff has been
Mhm.
happening, and it's still
Yes.
happening. There are over 40,000 women right now that are still missing,
Mm,
Yeah.
and this is a big business.
yes.
Big business. So that's
Always has
definitely a
been.
movie to watch. And one more, Synchronic. I saw this the other night. Who's the guy? He plays in one of the Marvel movies. His something Mackie.
Oh, Anthony
Anthony
Mackie.
Mackie. Yes.
Anthony Mackie, yes.
All right. So Synchronin is about this drug this hallucinating drug that people are taking. We're in a time where drugs is the thing. They telling you what's coming. They telling y'all what's coming.
Yep.
So the guy is an EMT guy, and he pretty much every time they go somewhere to see somebody, it's people overdosing. But it's just like being on drugs is the normal.
Right.
So Synchronic is this new drug. And how the guy explained it is, the universe is like a record. You know what I'm saying? It keeps spinning, everything goes. And Synchronic is the needle that starts the music, is how he explains it. So a partner of his child disappears, and he goes using this Synchronic, trying to figure out exactly how this drug works to find his friend's daughter. And when you take this drug, it kind of, depending on where you're at, it takes you into another in another a time frame, but where you are. So he's been to the Ice Age. He was in his room, took this drug.
Wow.
And once it took a hold of him, it took him to the Ice Age. That particular spot that he was standing in took him back to the Ice Age where he was. Another spot took him into slavery. Another spot took him somewhere else. So yeah, and it has a lot to do with your pineal gland. They talk a lot about with your pineal gland. The reason why he was able to come back and not die because his pineal gland was like a child, so it hadn't been calcified. So they're throwing all those gems and stuff,
Nice.
talking about that in there. So
Kinda
that's
reminds me of
definitely a
Lucy
movie
a
to
little
watch.
All right,
Lucy is a good movie to
Lucy
watch.
yeah,
That's
you made me think about
good.
Lucy. I love that one.
That's
I
some
watched that one a few times.
That's another good one to watch. I went to the movies to watch that. Absolutely tells you exactly who we are.
Yes.
We only use a very small portion of our
Part
brain.
of our brain.
yes.
Yes.
And that's been made on purpose. We do not use the full
Exactly.
function of our brain. So what would we be, and what would we be doing if we use all full function?
Right.
And also, they're going back to using psychedelic drugs in therapy and stuff because the mushrooms are a big thing that they're using in like biofeedback and all that
They
stuff.
are.
Yeah.
Ayahuasca
So you're
too,
definitely right.
All right. So, moving on. I guess TV shows. We can go on to TV shows. So
I threw in House of Cards, so y'all go watch that.
yes. That's actually I have a list, and that is actually on my list.
I need to watch that.
So,
I've heard so many people.
I had to get a Netflix to watch it.
It's crazy.
Oh, you definitely need to get into Netflix because the one that I'm about to tell you about is actually a Netflix
original.
one. Huh?
Netflix original.
I don't know if it's original or I think it's just Netflix, but I didn't watch it on Netflix. I watched it through a bootleg app. It's
okay.
Whatever works.
We all have them.
Exactly. So one TV show by the Wachowski sisters, who, if you were the brothers who did The Matrix.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So now they're sisters.
Wow.
They did a TV series called Sense8.
Sense8.
Mm.
Oh my goodness. Now you just have to get past the little freaky stuff. And I'm talking about the sexual freaky stuff that goes
I
on.
think you
Yes.
mentioned this to me. Yeah.
You just have to get past that. But if you like it, you like it. If you don't, just you need to get past that. But the
Hang in there.
show, when I tell you the show is so amazing. So it's a TV series about 8 people. They're all different nationalities. They live in different parts of the world, and they are linked together telepathically.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, this is deep. So they know when one another is in danger. They know each other's secrets. They were reborn as a sensei. So
Mhm.
although they never physically meet until the end of the actual show, to take care of business, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
They got to deal with their enemy. Let's put it like that. So they actually take care of each other mentally, so they can call on each other when they need help with one another. And so just if you tap into Netflix, tap into some bootleg.
That's fire.
That's
I'm here for all of that.
But that's the kind of capabilities we had in the times of the ancients, and
so.
we've gotten away from all that.
But I'm telling you, this show. Oh my gosh! I'm gonna just give you one example. So it's a couple of scenes, like fighting scenes, and let's just say one of the clusters, because that's what they are. They're a cluster.
Mhm.
So let's say one of the 8 people just like sucks at fighting. So let's say he's getting into a fight, or about to get into a fight, or somebody's about to bust him up, whatever. He can tap into, there's an Asian sister there, whose her skills is just like off the chain. She trained from when she was a kid. He would tap into her, and she would come in mentally to him. And I'm telling you, and he would use her skills mentally to beat like 8 or 9, 10 people up at one time.
Wow.
Yeah, this is
I
deep.
need them kind of powers, man.
I do too. I do too. So listen, we need to get 4 more of us, and then
Okay,
Mm,
get it
shame.
popping.
You know what I mean? I got the one hit a quit already. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Just give me some. I'm here
um,
for all of that.
I
Right.
know, I know. So another one called the 4400.
Ooh,
Yes, this is this.
Yeah,
This was a good one.
that's
This
a movie.
lasted 4 seasons. Back in 2014. So it's a TV series about 4,400 people who all disappeared at the same time. So
Okay.
they were thought to be missing or maybe dead. Yada yada yada.
Were they raptured?
So they all reappeared at the same time,
Wow.
not having aged at all.
Wow.
Right. So,
Take me to that place.
but when they
I don't
returned,
know.
yeah, exactly. But when they
No.
return, good, you got it. They return back with superhuman strength and healing abilities.
See?
Right. So one of them ends up committing a murder, which then
I
leads.
don't know.
That's what I told you. That's what I said. So one of them, anyway, commits a murder, which then leads them to being tracked by the government,
On the
government
run.
agency. Yeah, and no, a government agency. So they start tracking the people, the 4,400 that disappeared,
Mhm.
and yada yada yadas. But I'm telling you, that's another one to watch.
Sounds awesome.
Oh my gosh, I have so many good ones that pertain to you know us. And
Things, us, and
right,
now.
right. So now this one here, Stargate SG-1.
Ooh.
Yes.
I've heard of it. I
I've heard
haven't really
too many
watched
of
it.
y'all talk about that.
Right, but this is
I may
there's
watch
so
that
many
tonight.
there's so many Stargates, but this particular
Oh,
one,
yes, you do.
SG1, is a team, and it's a TV series that this one lasted for 10 years.
Wow. Oh
So
yeah, you told me about that.
from 97 to like 2007. Actually 87 to 2007. So it's where like a soldier, a scientist, an archaeologist travel through an ancient portal
Mm-hmm.
underground Cheyenne Mountain, located in Colorado.
Colorado.
Right, you know that base that they have in
Mm-hmm.
Cheyenne. Yeah, so that's pretty much where this takes place. They have a Stargate there, and that's where they go in and they travel through that Stargate, through that portal, to other planets. So they end up recruiting a off-world alien who happens to be a person of a melanated brother.
That's my guy.
Yeah, who saves their lives during one of their missions. So all I'm gonna say is when you watch that show, pay attention to the pay attention to the characters and their missions, because
Okay.
their missions and is pretty much truth in it.
Right.
It's
Mhm.
pretty much truth in it. So definitely, and a couple of other ones, Heroes, Fringe, Haven. And Haven is based off of Stephen King's The Colorado Kid. I don't know if anybody's ever read that book, but
No, I used to read a lot of his books, but I never even heard of that one.
okay, it's wow. I mean, just some powerful TV shows again. That
Hmm.
truth, truth.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So definitely tap into those if you can. Tap into Sense8. Tap into
Since eight, since
Sense8
like
Sensei.
so.
4400 and Stargate SG1.
Okay.
Yes,
All
tap
right.
into those. And Heroes. I don't know if you ever you remember
I've
Heroes.
heard of Heroes. I've never watched it though, but I've heard of it.
Tap into that if you can too.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Netflix too, isn't it?
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Heroes is Netflix too, isn't it?
I don't remember.
You can see it on Netflix, but I think it's on a regular TV channel. I'm not sure exactly which channel it is, but
Is
you
it like
can watch it
Marvel or
on.
DC based? Do you know?
It's old. It's really old. It's an old
You
TV.
can watch it in Hulu on Hulu as well if you have that.
Oh, okay.
You can't watch it on Hulu?
You can. You should be able to. Because Hulu allows you to watch different TV shows.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Right.
they're doing the
Like,
app thing
And
now.
Roku too. I
Well,
just got
I have a Roku. I have a Roku, and that's how I
I
watch
just got a
TV.
Roku. I have
Yeah.
Fire Sticks, and I just got a Roku not too long ago. I haven't even set it up yet, so I'm gonna have
Well, my mom and them pay for cable, and I just piggyback on the Roku. And yeah,
to.
Not mad at you. Not mad.
yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
They
I'm
like their cable. So.
cable comes with my place, so I don't watch it much, but it's there if I want. It's included in the rent.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, perfect.
Next up.
Okay. I got a couple for y'all. I got even a couple animated series for y'all. Okay. I'm sorry for the
Okay.
animated series. My favorite, one of my favorite shows of all time. I'm going to talk about the Boondocks. Yeah. I'm
Boondocks.
on the bitter reviews. I'm the end.
I heard of that.
You know.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
That's my show right there. I can't hold y'all. It's very, very. I'm gonna say Huey reminds me of me as a child, but I always wanted to be like Riley. I always wanted to be so free and wild witted with my mouth and stuff. I always wanted to be like that. But Huey definitely describes me as a child growing up. So, but it's just he's just more conscious like I am now, so to speak. But yeah, no, the Boondocks. I'm pretty sure you've seen it. I don't have to go too deep into detail, but that's a good one. Hulu has a show called Woke. I saw it last year, and I forgot the brother's name. But he okay, so he's a comedian, or not really a comedian per se, but he does sketch art. And he I can't really I forgot exactly what he does, but he's an artist and a comedic artist at that, and he's just putting up flyers one day and gets tackled by a cop, um, because he looks like the perp that they're looking for. Come to find out, pointing a gun at him for like 5 to 10 minutes. Cops all surround him. Everyone looking at him, taking pictures. He's just humiliated. Come to find out, for the cops at least, that he's not the guy they're looking for. And they just go about the day like it didn't happen. And he's just sitting there like, as everyone's like dispersing, the crowd dispersing, he's just sitting there like, what the fuck happened? Me personally, it reminds me of when I was in college and got choked by a cop. Of course, it wasn't like exactly like that, but it gave me it set me back in time when I was in college, and I was just like, yo, I know that feeling all too well.
Wow.
But he going to a convenience store afterwards, and the 40 bottles talking to him like, yo, this is life for us now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is who we are. Go ahead and pick me up, buy me. I'm your homie, this and this, and then it's almost like everywhere he goes, there's inanimate objects talking to him. Basically telling him to wake up. And he's now looking crazy because now he's talking to these inanimate objects and people just seeing him do so. And I'm gonna leave it there. It's very interesting. It's very intriguing. I've actually finished the series. I don't think they're gonna continue.
And it's called Woke.
It's called Woke.
Mm-hmm.
It's on FX. It's
Okay.
FX. Speaking of FX, let's keep it there for a second. Another show called The Snowfall. It's
Yes.
about the 80s crack pandemic. Yeah, so
I
I think I love it. Me personally, it's one of my ongoing shows right now. I haven't seen the past two episodes, but I've been up to date on them, and
I know.
She said, "I know."
I gotta get back into it. And the reason why it resonates with me because I grew up in Los Angeles and
yeah,
I
LA, so it
witnessed a
hits
lot of
different.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
a lot of that. Mm-hmm.
I didn't grow up in LA,
Wonderful.
but as most would say, I jumped off the porch at an age. I don't want to really say. I don't want to go into details.
Mm-hmm.
But, I didn't go too deep into the game because of the incidents and the accident that I had myself. That
Mm-hmm.
woke me to such truths that I don't need to do that to make money. Um,
Right.
and it just showed me the what selling something as simple as marijuana could have led to for a guy like me.
Mm-hmm.
And with that also being said, just talking about the government and how they're placing their people, and they're using our downfall to fund a war. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Exactly.
just it's
Scary
something
too.
that I feel like we should be honestly knowledgeable of, because not only did it happen then, but they're doing things like this around the time. Like, you look at any of the times they funded any outside source with weapons, like Al Qaeda or like Israel, like no matter who they funded with guns, typically it always ended with war and our people dying from it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel like it's something we could all just open our
And
minds.
what a lot of people don't realize also, a lot of the wars were behind drugs, opium, heroin, and they used other, trickery to make people think that it was behind something else.
And that's a fact. Yeah, so that's a good
That's
one.
what they do.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good one. And I love that you
very.
mentioned Last Airbender, because I wouldn't even thought to mention that one, but I'm an earthbender myself, working in progress, and I'm also,
Mhm.
so I ain't finna, I ain't going to
Well,
detail.
I'm a fire sign, so technically, I would assume I'm supposed to be part of Fire Nation, but I ain't with all of that. I'm about balance, man. I ain't trying to take
Hey,
over
but
nothing.
what if I told you we could do all four? I mean,
Right,
anybody
that's why
can do
I'm
all
the
four.
avatar, because I'm supposed
Because
to be able to bend them all. We're supposed to come through in earth and
I'm just
water,
saying, we
the
Wow.
actually,
whole Captain Planet
Yeah.
situation.
I'm just saying, it all breaks down differently for us all. Like, I know me personally, my elemental chart, as far as my natal chart goes, I'm 40% air, 30% earth, 20 water, and 10 fire, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, I
Yeah.
got a whole app about that. So me and you we're gonna have to say that for another situation because I've
You
been
know
trying
what
to
I'm
Right.
figure that out.
Say
I've
that
been
for
trying to figure
another
that out.
show.
saying? Yeah, I'm
'Cause
gonna
I'm
do that there.
curious. Yeah.
But another one that hit me, it's very I'm gonna say childish, up until like your eyes opening up to understand and read between the lines, because I really believe that all cartoons, they had so much truth and imagery in it because of the people watching it, which are children. It's almost the mental down
Yes.
they're peeping from
That's
it.
a fact.
Like my little brother watches some show called Teen Titans Go, and I don't like it because
Oh,
it's a rip off of the actual Teen Titans, and I don't like it. But they were talking about the Illuminati and how
About what?
they were talking about the Illuminati. It was a pyramid making a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
song, and how he was downplaying Illuminati and just singing about it. I'm just kind of like,
Ain't nobody peeping this right here.
what's going
Yeah.
on right now?
My
You know what I'm saying?
That's what
granddaughter
they do.
watched it,
yeah.
and I caught a few episodes, and I was like, we're not watching this here. You may watch that at home,
Yeah,
but
Yeah, my daughter used to watch that.
yeah. It's
My homeboy used to make me watch Teen Titans, the original one back in the days on Saturdays when
That's
we
my
used to live
show.
with each other.
Mm.
Yeah, I was never really big on cartoons. I don't
Me
got
either.
kids. I associate that with children, and I don't got kids, so
Yeah.
not really my thing. Now there are certain animated movies that I can rock with. Just a few, like Ice Age, Meltdown.
Ooh.
Only Meltdown though. Only
Ooh.
Meltdown. All the other ones, I ain't got time for the rest of them.
No,
But
you remember
Meltdown,
the theory you walked in on me talking about, right?
huh?
That time I was talking to Sean and I was talking about the theory of my theory based on the flat earth theory and the world is round theory.
Oh yes.
Ice Age is like one of those movies that, talks about it kind of goes into depth of what I was thinking as far as that theory goes.
Okay.
With them
Well,
traveling
Meltdown.
into Earth, yeah.
Okay.
Because the
Okay.
meltdown is when they traveled into Earth and found the extinct animals. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep it
Right.
real. What I remember about it, it was what was the animal? Well, he the sloth.
Yeah.
I think it's
Oh yeah.
With the sloth.
he was hilarious. How he was coming at the man and the squirrel. Yo, the squirrel is classic. Damn,
Basically,
nigga
the
is
whole
funny.
movie.
Yo, when he
But
was
you know what,
going after that
y'all? I always
acorn.
thought cartoons were for, they say for kids, but I always felt, because I didn't watch them
Originally,
a
they
lot.
were
I
for
didn't care for them
adults.
as a child, but after having my
Yeah.
son, at a young age and watching them with him, that I was like, this content is for adults. It's not even for children.
Well, they started
Mhm.
off as for adults. Cartoons, from my knowledge, came about during the war, one of the wars, and it was supposed
Yeah,
to be
that's true.
It's supposed to be entertainment for the soldiers because they're dealing with death and all that. And it
Right.
kind of, I'm going to assume the powers that be noticed how children probably gravitated to it. So now this is a perfect way, honestly, to train them the way that we want to,
Right.
kind of thing. So cartoons definitely were for adults at first, and they kind of just migrated it into children, kind of thing. Which is why, like your Beavis and Buttheads and your
Family
what was
Guys
it,
and American Dads.
South Park and all
Yeah.
that,
Right.
yeah,
Futurama.
Simpsons, all that stuff was
Simpsons,
able
yeah.
to, because that in reality was really for adults.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
All
All
right.
right. Any more?
Any more?
I'm trying to think about TV shows.
Steven Universe. It's about crystals, crystals and gems.
I was about
And
to
his
say,
name is
Wait,
you got
what?
Steven.
your own
So,
cartoon. You got your own cartoon, dudes, because I know
yeah, I got my own cartoon. You know what
I
I'm saying?
was
I'm out here like that. Yeah.
That's why I'm over here laughing because I already heard him, Stephen.
That's what I thought. I was like, all right, so you got cartoons I don't know about. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
I got a godson who you need to we 9. What's good with all of that?
It's about
Let me
crystal gems. They go into detail. And the crystals are they call them the gems. The crystal gems, actually that's what they call them, but they actually have attributes and characteristics of the actual gems. Like Steven, he's born from a human and the crystal gem rose quartz.
Oh wow.
His mother, in order for him to be brought into the life, she had to give her crystal gem to Steven, thus making him the rose quartz crystal gem. And his goal or his purpose now is to bring a peace to both the crystal gems and the human race, all as one, and combine both races. So
I'm gonna ask you a question off air because that sounded real. Yeah, we gonna talk about that later.
yeah, I won't talk too deep about it, but I remember the first time I really got into it. I went on a psychedelic trip and I was stuck.
All right.
completely.
Well, you said something about a human being having a baby with a rose quartz crystal. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now with my
I
brain is, and
know
I'm
that
trying.
stumped
And
me too. I'm like, what?
so
So
we doing the Mary thing with
no, so
gemstones and whatnot. And
the
is
crystal
that a
gems are
metaphor?
like actual living beings, sentient beings. Like we see them as rocks, you know what I'm saying? It's crystals.
Right.
But this is actually a
But
woman,
because they're
so to
right, they're
speak.
part of the
Okay,
planet.
okay. So we just
Yeah,
gonna
this is
go
actually a
into it.
walking
All
woman.
right. So that's a whole woman. So they're having
Yeah,
intercourse, all of that. So where my mind was going was right.
pretty much.
And
Okay,
what's
got
the
it.
name of this again?
Steven Universe.
Steven,
Steven
and this is your
Universe.
universe, is what we talking. And this is your universe. Got it. Got you.
Well, that's why they have those what
Got
is those
you.
Oh,
what is it?
I
The
went
yoni
blue.
noni eggs,
I'm still pink
right?
over here.
The what eggs?
It turned blue. So what
I'm
that
still
mean?
pink
What
over here.
you what?
I'm still pink over here.
You just
Well,
saw
we
pink.
see you
I
as
went this
blue.
way and came back and it went blue, but I'm still pink. Like my light didn't change.
Well, we see blue.
Well, we're
Yeah, I
seeing
know
blue.
that. I'm seeing blue
Yeah,
too. Which
we
one
see
I thought
blue.
of.
Wow.
Yo woman, so your blue woman up in there, yeah, you conjuring up your women, you conjuring up your crystal harem you got over there.
I'm saying
Exactly.
too much online. It to be
Right.
quiet.
Is
I
she a
need to be
blue
Oh,
quiet.
lobby?
Because I thought that was a slick metaphorical way for you to be talking about vagina. And I'm about to say, that's clever, bro. I got you. That was clever. I like that. Okay. You calling it crystal quartz. I know that's
Yeah.
right.
well, see, but that's what I just said. You know, that's what he was saying about the crystal is a woman and so forth. But they have those little crystal. What is it? No, noni eggs.
They do
Ooh,
have the
Yeah.
all
yoni
right.
eggs, and they
Well,
do have that. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. That's going to be another tough show because I still
yeah,
don't
Yeah, because all
understand
I've ever
how
heard
that
is the
works.
yoni steam. I don't
yeah.
even know about the
Nah,
eggs.
I do the steams. Now I know about steaming it. I just don't understand because what they said is that you're supposed to work your way down to it to being small.
Mm.
So what I don't understand is how do you know when it's about time to
So
to,
right.
to change it? So like, so I got this big old thing in there first, and then I'm supposed to. I don't understand how I don't. Just me. I understand how that big old thing up there, and somehow that's supposed to shrink. Don't. Yeah. So that's another show
Yeah,
question.
it's another show because I've got a few questions about that. That'll be
Yeah.
another show.
Yeah. Because I ain't got no problems down there, but I don't understand how that one works. But I'm here for
Right,
it. I'm here for it.
exactly.
Anything to keep me straight
Exactly.
down there, we Gucci. Yeah, I just need for that to be explained. You back pink. Ah, you back pink.
Oh, I'm trying to show y'all it's
That is
blue.
crystal quartz woman,
It's
I'm
back
trying
rose
to show
pink.
y'all
quartz
it's
woman
blue.
back.
Your harem is speaking for you. They
Okay.
got your harem is just talking like we here for you, baby. We got your
Oh,
back.
That's right. Oh goodness.
They coming out the closet.
That's
Mm.
funny.
miss all the energy. How about that?
That's funny.
Miss all the energy. I'm amazed.
Ah,
All
well,
right. Well,
that's all I got. I mean,
yeah,
we could be on here all night talking about movies and TV shows.
Right.
yeah. Unfortunately, we have to come to a close, but we will do part two soon because this
Mm.
was
Awesome.
extremely fun for me.
Definitely.
I don't know,
It was.
but this was
Yes.
fun. This was fun. This was a great episode. I enjoyed
It
it.
was.
And Plump Queen, thank you so much.
Yes, we thank
Wow.
This
you.
was
Yeah.
fun.
Now the
Thank
world
you,
now the world get
Sistars.
to see y'all. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So yeah, so
Did it again.
I saw it. I saw
close.
it.
It's still pink.
No, it's blue now.
Oh,
It
it's
flew. It
Y'all
flashed.
see blue, but it's still pink.
Oh, okay. We got it. We understand. We understand. It's okay.
Your women talking to you and they want to make sure that we know that they are there. So we can't be your courts.
Right.
They just want to make sure that your courts is over
So
there.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
you
I'm
know
gonna get
what?
that
We
get off. How about that?
listen,
We can make it.
listen, we better let you go, right?
Right,
Right,
That's
right.
what they saying.
right. The
That's what they
colors
time
will
to go.
go.
That's what she's saying. She
That's
said,
what she
get
said.
them up out of here. They gotta go. They gotta go. It's
Right.
time. So
That part.
we're gonna close this out right now.
That's hilarious.
Yes,
This was a
so
wonderful way to end my
Oh,
evening, y'all.
yes,
Yes.
thank you so much, Plum Queen. Thank you for
Go.
joining us as we come to a close. And Deuce, could you politely introduce?
VPE. Speaking on, they actually on tour right now. Shout out to the brothers, shout out to the guys, shout out to the kings themselves. But the biggest crypto play ever. But we're moving into a crypto space world where fiat has gone down and has no value. So now we are stepping into our own right as kings, queens, sovereign beings, and we are creating a space on the blockchain where we are making movements, making waves, and earning crypto daily. For those who are unsure what crypto even is, tap into the Circle of Sistars Instagram, which Sean will gladly give you the information for, and we'll sign you up and move forward.
All right. Thank you so much, Deuce.
Yes.
Oh yes. So again, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time. You can don't forget to like, share, follow, rate. If you have any questions or comments, you can email us at circleofsistars@gmail.com. And also you can find us on Instagram at circle_of_sis_ and stars. POPO, practice improves outcome. Pass it
That's
on. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Peace.
All right.
And